The federal government has intensified efforts to educate Nigerians on the upcoming Nigerian Tax Act 2025, holding a one-day intensive training for State House correspondents at Rockview Royal Hotel, Wuse 2, Abuja. The training, organized by the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee in collaboration with the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS), aimed to equip journalists with accurate information about the new law ahead of its full implementation on January 1st, 2026. After the opening remarks by Arabirin Aderonke Ayetobiyebi, Technical Assistant on Broadcast Media to the Executive Chairman of FIRS, the event's keynote address was delivered by Associate Professor Taiwo Oyedele, Chairman of the Presidential Committee. He clarified that none of the taxes contained in the new act were newly introduced by the present administration. According to Oyedele, the Nigerian Tax Act seeks to consolidate over 60 separate and overlapping taxes into a unified framework, making compliance easier and reducing opportunities for extortion and multiple taxation. He stressed that the act is pro-poor and pro-growth, with zero tax or significantly lower rates for low and middle-income earners, as well as for small businesses with annual turnover below 120 million, a category that covers nearly 97% of Nigerians' workforce. Oyedele also addressed concerns over the newly announced tax identification number, which is the tax ID, describing it as a simple verification tool akin to a US Social Security number. Citizens with NIN-linked bank accounts are already compliant, he said, emphasizing that the measure is designed to improve fairness, not punish compliance. Other facilitators, including Matthew Osaneku, Director of Tax Policy and Monitoring, and Femi Olarinde, SA, Tax Policy and Ed, Fiscal and Tax Reform Implementation, further broke down the provisions of the Act and its impact on infrastructure, funding, and fiscal stability. The training session also addressed the widely debated 5% fuel surcharge, reminding participants that the levy has been part of the FEMA Act since 2007 and is now being fully enforced to support road construction and maintenance. The committee painted a stark picture of Nigeria's fiscal challenges, recalling that in 2022, the country spent 97% of its revenue servicing debt, with government borrowing even to pay salaries. They noted that the entire national budget, covering all 36 states, the FCT, and 704 local governments, is less than $50 billion, a fraction of the budget of some US states. Oyedele revealed that before subsidy removal, NNPC was not remitting revenue, mortgaging future coal production, and drawing down royalties to pay for fuel subsidies. But since reforms began, NNPC remittance in the first quarter of 2025 has already surpassed all of 2024 combined, providing more funds for development. The event concluded with an interactive question and answer session, closing remarks by Dr. Abdullahi Ismaila, Director of Communications, and a group photograph participant.
That this surcharge is not new. The surcharge have always been in the FEMA Act, the Federal Road Maintenance Agency Act. Was amended in 2007, and the 5% surcharge was included in that amendment. So it was a law that has been around with us for about 18 years.